Hello everybody, welcome. Happy Saturday, and welcome to another Monster Hunter stream. I hope you guys are well tonight. My name is Ristretto, it's good to see you. If it's anyone's first time here, then welcome to the stream. If you've been here before, then welcome back, and thanks for being here this evening. Hope you guys are down to watch some Monster Hunter Freedom, or some first generation Monster Hunter here tonight, because that's what we're going to be getting up to. Playing Monster Hunter Freedom for the PSP, playing it on the PlayStation Vita, and progressing towards the end of Village. We've been working on that, and we're coming along. So, I'm going to go ahead and jump on over to the game. I'm going to give you guys some beans here. Whoop, that's the wrong button. Production, come on. All right, and I'm going to take a moment to say hello to you guys. So, hello S-Fox, welcome to you, and welcome Mart's Tip. Welcome Fish Kebab. Welcome Serpus Sonolento and Cursed Blessing. Welcome the Digit Artist. Hello Palmetto, welcome to you. Welcome back 26 and Game God Hunter. Who else is here? Viotech's here, Hyper Ray is here, welcome you guys. Enton Boot is here, Voidning is here. Voidning, thank you for the welcome. I appreciate that a lot. Welcome back FPS Failure and Braun and Susan, big fan. And the Digi Artist, I maybe already said that. Welcome back Schmo as well. I don't know if I said Serpus Sonolento's name yet either. Welcome you guys. If I missed anyone, I didn't mean to, truly. But I hope you guys are, I don't know, ready to watch some Freedom. Thanks for coming by. Tonight in the background, we enjoyed the other night having some era-appropriate tunes on in the background. We listened to some DDR and some Luminez. So tonight we're going to be listening to some Ridge Racer Type 4, and I'm thinking maybe some Dynasty Warriors or Luminez 2? I don't know. And yeah, the menu selection noise is pretty iconic, I agree. That's like 15 times the in-game time required for a totally legit and qualified game review. Game sucks. Alright, 70 hours, let's go. Not enough water. Hi Jay Navas, how am I? I'm doing okay. God Eater OST while playing Monster Hunter, that sounds cursed. With a K. Hi Uchi. What should we get up to tonight? I guess we're gonna warm up, beans, as we often warm up, with a Bizarrios run. Folks, I am putting out the call. If you have like PSP, PS2 era soundtracks that you like, and they're like kind of in line with DDR and this kind of Euro pop that we're listening to from Ridge Racer, then drop them in the music room in the Discord if you don't mind. If you have any OST suggestions for us on stream, video game OSTs that is. Palmetto redeemed 150k of wasted points, or something like that. Nice waste. Hello, Beatnik. Yeah, like I said, if you have video game OST recommendations from around this time period, throw them out. Was Croc for the PS1? I don't know what Croc was for. I don't know. I'm taking OST suggestions. We're listening to some old game OSTs. Is all. Quill is rating us. That's cool. Welcome, Quill. Welcome, friends. They were playing Try? Oh, man, I'm jealous. Were y'all streaming the Try server? How was your stream? Hey, Quill, how are you doing? How's your stream? I can see where that's going, Marks. Whoops. Got stuck in a mushroom quest for 30 minutes. It was an interesting trip down memory lane. That sounds about right for an early Monster Hunter visit. What's the Funky Beast? The Funky Beats tonight are Ridge Racer Type 4's OST. I'm taking suggestions for other period-accurate OST choices, though. We had some fun listening to some DDR tracks last night, and so I think I'm gonna experiment with some other OSTs while we're grinding things up in this game. Period accurate. Just like, I don't know, other OSTs from around this time frame that would make sense to play on stream. 64-bit era, yes please. I don't know. F-Zero GX in there? Sure. We could listen to that. So Mario OST is okay. I'd probably avoid first-party Nintendo ones. Just cuz. Mid-2000s PS2, GameCube, Xbox then? Yeah. I'm looking for some OST recommendations. If you're in the Discord, please throw them in the music room. If you're not, then just hit me with an @ in the chat and I'll take a look at them. Ace Combat OST? I bet it'd be good. I don't know all the OSTs for these games, but I'll take a look with you guys. Ooh, Persona OSTs. We should do Persona. I meant to throw together a playlist of this stuff today, and I just didn't get to it, so. Annie's been sick for a couple days, and I've been taking care of her. She's doing a little better. Ever spend a calm autumn afternoon listening to Halo? Halo is not quite the mood I'm going for. I think the best thing you could pull off is Gran Turismo. Uchi, I just pulled up Gran Turismo PSP, and it's like dubstep. It's awful. I picked the wrong one then, I guess so. So far this Ridge Racer OST is doing pretty good. PS2 Ratchet & Clank's OSTs are pretty killer. I'm not guaranteeing that I'll listen to all of these, but I'll check them out. Any of the ones you guys suggest, I'll take a look at. At least we'll click through a track or two and see if it fits the mood we're in at the time. I think next up after this we'll do maybe Lumines 2 or Persona. Thank you, Martz. She's got pretty gnarly sinus infection, which is not fun. Hello, Bofondo. Good morning to you too. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a nice weekend so far. I got to sleep in for the first time in a while today. It felt pretty nice. Probably the weather changing? I would think so, yeah. It's just been going on for a few days now. It's bad, so. Been taking care of it. Sure, most of the GTA game OSTs? Yeah, you can't do GTA music. What about the talk shows in GTA? I don't know what those are like, but probably not. I would tell you guys to think vaguely this mood or like vaguely related to this mood. Though, I don't know. I'm not gonna be too picky. What about Monster Hunter Freedom music? We've heard enough of that. For now. When we're done grinding stuff, we'll switch back to the in-game music. Or some nights we'll switch back to in-game music, but I think I'm in the mood to experiment with some other OSTs from around the time. I was surprised how much some enjoyable music changed my mood during the game a night or two ago. Outrun of 2006? That's another good idea. Thank you. Racing games in general generally have pretty good soundtracks around this time period, from what I've heard. Thank you, Walk Down the Sun. Cheers. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. Jet Set Radio? I actually don't know what the music's like from that game, but it's probably good if radio's in the name of the game, right? It'd have to be. Would Pokemon Colosseum OST? It might fit the mood, but it's also a Nintendo first-party-ish IP, even though it's kind of a weird spin-off game, so I'm not going to touch it. We already played a DDR version of Britney Spears yesterday. We're already tempting fate. Everyone knows Britney Spears is a DMCA. I'm making some dumb joke. I'm not even gonna finish my dumb joke. DMCA Queen. There you go. The GU OST. We were listening to 4U's OST the other night. It's fun. Peak of comedy here on Saturday night, folks. Yeah, we need endless amounts of Mochlite ore still, so we're grinding up Mochlite ore at the volcano, getting a lot of it here. Fighting Bizarrios will get us some as well. Britney Spears is my favorite Nintendo IP. We got the Rust Stone. Hell yeah. I wonder what that one will be. I'm excited to find out. We tried running Geologist 3. I hear you can pick up Monster Hunter Freedom Shinies twice with Geologist 3. Busted? Yeah, crazy stuff. I don't know if I said hello to Big G. Big G, welcome. Thanks for coming by. How you doing? Did they ever patch Geology and Iceborne? They did not. Are you boring out scores of ores? We sure are. Thought experiment, Monster Hunter World mantles in freedom. I'm just imagining what they would geometrically look like in game, and they would be so scuffed. This is a good OST. We found a good one. How you feeling? I'm pretty good. Like, health-wise, I feel fine, which is good. Tonight? I don't know. This is Lucid Rhythms off of Ridge Racer's Type 4's OST, Walk Out in the Sun. Wish you were doing multiplayer instead. You feel kind of guilty after today? I mean, like you said in general, Uchi, I wouldn't have put a vote up there if I'd wanted to do multiplayer definitively. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do tonight. We've been doing a lot of Rise multiplayer nights, even though we're not playing Rise actively, which feels kind of meandering to me. It's fun, but meandering, so. I'm also feeling like we're getting close to the point where I could like I could say, hey, we're done with this game for now if I wanted to. Like, if we finish Low Rank Village, I feel like I could say that and it would be like fair-ish, and so I'm like a little bit looking forward to reaching that point. I'm not sure if we're going to take a break when we reach that point, but I'm tempted to. A lot of geniuses, Game God. A lot of geniuses. Duck Lord Quackers. Quack. It's kind of a lame quack. Let me try that again. Quack. There we go. Would ask you to please help me get some Zenny and Gen. We're not in it for the fact that you or anyone else's presence, or were it not for the fact that you or anyone else's presence would lower the amount of Zenny I receive. Martz, I would love to help you get Zenny in Generations if it wasn't just gathering ores. I love that quest, but I would never do that quest ad nauseum on stream. That bad? I mean, I would never do, I mean, I like charm runs, but like, I would do charm runs about as frequently as we did them in Portable 3rd, which is like, we did a couple a night, that's all. We wouldn't make a multiplayer night out of it, the irony. Look, there's a hunt going on here, damn it. And instead of your crit eye 3 whatever slot charm you're rolling in Gen U, you're going, oh man, I rolled 3 Mochlite ore. That's awesome. Only 75 more. I even mind the mining, charm farming quest in Gen. It's fine. I would never do it as like the thing we were doing for the night on stream. Those kind of grinds, I don't know. You gotta either break them up or you gotta do them off stream or something. I don't know. I'm digging this OST. The Freedom 1 enjoyers, there's like one of them. Their name is FPS Failure. Hello, Slit Sampler. Welcome. How you doing? One of your favorite Monster Hunter games? What do you remember about liking about it, Slit Sampler? I'm trying to play through all the Monster Hunter games eventually. I'm having a harder time enjoying this one. You like Freedom 1 too? Okay, there's 3 of them in chat. Good. I'm glad. Freedom 1, more like Freedom Fun. Are you FPS Failure's alt, Slit Sampler? It really is, Martz. Hello, Nafudis. They're all alts. Played it after playing World and don't know, you really liked it? I envy you. I played Freedom Unite after playing World, and I really like Freedom Unite. And I think because I liked Freedom Unite so much, it's making this game a little harder to enjoy. Is how I would describe it. We're still playing it though. We're still checking it out. What were you talking about earlier, Maurice? I think it's pretty cool you went back all the way from World to this game, Slit Sampler. Your first Monster Hunter was Try, and it was also your first substantial experience with online gaming in general. That sounds really special. I'm jealous. I don't know what my first experience with online gaming was in general. Maybe, I guess Team Fortress 2 is the first one that sticks out, but maybe Minecraft. Only game apart from GU Striker Greatsword that you like to play Greatsword in? The Greatsword is pretty unique in this game. I don't think I've spent enough time with it to really hit like competence with it, if that makes sense. The game is so cool because of its importance as a game. Like the pet home PC was the home computer market. It was revolutionary, but it's so outmoded it's not worth it in this day. The Powder Stone quest and for you, I'll take those quests. Those are fun. It takes World to love freedom. I don't know. What do you think? The verdict's still out for me. Arcane Doctrine's back. Hello, Arcane. That's how you feel about Monster Hunter 1? Ah, I got you. Like I said, the verdict's still out for me. I think I was talking about it with Marths earlier, and I think like I have legitimate issues with this game, but also I think part of the reason I'm having a hard time enjoying this game is just because of where I've been in Monster Hunter recently. Like I've played a lot of Freedom Unite, and I've also played a lot of newer Monster Hunter, and I think it's maybe kind of biasing me away from enjoying this game in a lot of ways. On top of this game's combat not being quite as good as some of the other games. was gonna play Monster Hunter 1 initially, but the stick controls were too much. They're pretty out there, aren't they? I've tried them for a little bit. Yeah, what's up, S-Fox? Go ahead. Hello, XGFO. We got 4 people who love Monster Hunter Freedom. This is the best Monster Hunter by far. Dude, FPS failure, you gotta tone it down with your alt accounts. This is obvious now. GFO, what did you like about this game? Oh my god, they're coming out of the woodwork. Floor and MH, you love Freedom 1 as well. What did you love about this game? I want to hear about it. This is hilarious, by the way. The goblins are coming out of the holes. How does the Freedom feel? It feels okay. FPS recruited GFO's Discord. Did he really? Did you really, FPS? You jerk. Love the sword and shield being Pog. That's fair. Hello, Florin. Welcome. Or Flowering, rather. Did you not? Okay. You promise you didn't? Alright, well that was our warm-up Bizarrios run to get more ore. We got 11 Mochlite ore on that quest. That's crazy. You actually rather play Monster Hunter 1 than Freedom 1? I wish I could play this game with stick controls. A lot of the fights in this game feel really familiar to me from Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. They don't feel that changed, and so I find that a little bit, I don't know, I find that less interesting than if I was relearning the stick controls at the same time. Do you have the input lag with the joystick? This game doesn't feel quite as responsive as Freedom Unite to play, but it doesn't feel totally laggy, I'd say. I noticed some weird either input lag or some weird timing for inputs that they want from you. We're all having a good time here, really? I'm not upset. I've been upset. There were some nights I was not enjoying this game at all. But we're working on it. Couldn't you play Freedom 1 with stick controls on an emulator? You could try. It's not something I'm interested in trying to recreate. That's a common issue for playing Freedom 1 on PPSSP. We're not actually playing it on PPSSP, or PPSSPP. We're playing it on a PlayStation Vita, because the Vita has native PlayStation or PSP backwards compatibility. Has a PSP CPU built in. So we're running it pretty close to like original hardware. Not quite, but close. Yeah, if it's even worse somehow on emulator, that's rough. I couldn't imagine it being worse in terms of input timings. It's about emulator and joystick. Gotcha. Roboples, welcome, and Excellion, welcome. All right, I'm not planting anything at the farm right now. I'm into this Ridge Racer Type 4 soundtrack. We found another good one. No, there's still weird input stuff on actual hardware too, but it's probably worse on emulator. It still feels, we actually last night switched from Freedom 1 over to Freedom Unite for a couple hunts, like right back to back, and I felt a huge difference in terms of the controls, in terms of the responsiveness, and just in terms of like the weapons having a lot more attacks and feeling more fluid. It was surprising to me. Did you know that Ridge Racer takes place in the same world as Ace Combat? I did not. Saw Freedom Unite yesterday. How'd that go? It was fun. We did double Blangonga. We tripled to some G-Rank Tigrex, and then we did an Argakuga. It was a good time. Let's see how 11 Mochlite ore is massive. Let's go ahead and see if we can finish any of our weapon upgrades. Heard the JP version of this game doesn't have the input lag. Interesting. Still need another 10 for the Eager Cleaver. We can make Babel Spear. We just, wait, no, we don't even need anything. We can make it. Yo. Look at that boy. That's exciting. You know what that means? That means we get to pull out the document, we get to take a little stake, and we get to put it next to the Babel Spear lance. Boink! I love this weapon. Your question, what's a common thing that you or many other people probably don't know or forget what it's called? That's kind of a hard question. It's like, try to remember something that you always forget, you know? I don't know if it works like that. I actually do have an example for you. I always forget the name of the first week of college. I never went to college. I don't really like school very much, but I always forget what it's called. I know now it's orientation week, but several times this year, I couldn't remember the name of that week for the life of me. I kept calling it like initiation week, or there was another thing I was calling it. I can't remember what else I was calling it, but I keep forgetting the name of orientation week at college for whatever reason. Way too cool for school? No, I don't have the discipline for it. I respect folks who do it, for the most part. I respect folks who are like working away at it. It's hard. Didn't even know there's a name for it. College is better than school. Okay. Feline negotiations, is that what we got? We did. Let's see what that means. So far, the food skills that I've gotten in this game have not actually activated what they said they were going to activate. So, like, I don't know. Feline negotiation increases your chances of getting rare items from the Veggie Elder. Also makes the chance of getting your items back from Melling's Den better. Interesting. Flower, nice to meet you. I guess to anyone who is new to the stream tonight, hi, I'm Ristretto. We're slowly working our way at playing through many of the different Monster Hunter games. We spent almost all of last year playing through 4 Ultimate for the first time. We're not quite done with it yet, but we took a break at, like, towards the end of G rank. We still have some final challenging monsters and some guild quests to go. We played Monster Hunter Rise earlier this year, and now we're playing our way through this game. I don't know if I'm going to be doing the whole game, though, because I'm having a harder time enjoying it than I expected to. We're almost done with Village, though. Spent about 70 hours here so far.
You.
I need some more Electro Sacks. We're gonna go kill a Kezu. College is so expensive, Big G, it's crazy. Like the Lance vs. Kezu matchup in Old Gems, are you using all the weapons? We do use all the weapons. So I guess when we play through these games, we're going through with an eye for detail, trying to pay attention to some of the little differences and things that make each game in the series unique. We're using all the weapon types. Oftentimes, especially when I'm doing a new quest I haven't cleared before, I will let chat pick the weapon that I'm using for it. We'll raffle off who gets to choose, and someone from chat gets to pick what I use for the next matchup. Haven't done that yet tonight, but we'll probably do it later on. I think we have I think we have a black Gravios coming up, but we're going to be making, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're making a light bowgun for the black Gravios. I'm not doing a raffle for black Gravios, I'm sorry. I don't want to do that with anything other than guns. Is the plunger lance in this game? Probably not. What lance is that? This is the Babel Spear. The ultimate paladin lance, named after the legendary tower, a treasure to behold. We just upgraded into it. And I think at this point it is officially stronger than our spiked spear, which feels nice to have gotten a small upgrade. This is one of my favorite lances in the whole series. They're talking about the equal dragon weapon, clearly. He's coming down eventually. You're gonna bite me? Don't bite me. They're clearly talking about the equal dragon weapon. It's a big Kezi. Have you ever streamed the non-Monster Hunter hunting games like Toyken or God Eater? Nope. Nope, I really just stream Monster Hunter. Have been for about 3 years now. Whoops. Someday we might try those when I don't have any other Monster Hunter left to play. In my eyes, it's like, I have too much Monster Hunter to be played right now. Why would I play something that's not Monster Hunter? That's just me, though. Still left to be streamed and played through really thoroughly on stream. We have 3 Ultimate, Generations Ultimate, and I guess World Iceborne again. I played a little bit of World Iceborne on stream, but it wasn't all thorough like we do nowadays. There is going to be more Tetris in the beginning of October, Marks, when Tetris Effect comes out on Switch. Me and Ethan are going to be doing a remote co-op stream and playing some Tetris together. We'll probably end up playing games like Dose and Try, but like I'm not sure if we'll play through them as thoroughly as we're doing these other ones. We'll see. Maybe someday. Any interest in playing Dark Souls? Not really. I've tried Dark Souls and I've tried Bloodborne. For me, the tone is too off-putting. I really don't like existing in a world that's that grimdark. Like Monster Hunter is cheery and nice to be in. I don't think I could sink these kind of hours into some place that was so depressing and sad. I need my dose of cuteness from the felines every now and again. Oops. Like to see my Tetris stream? Tetris is hard to stream with a face cam or like while reading chat. But yeah, we're going to be streaming some Tetris at the beginning of October. My favorite Tetris game, which is Tetris Effect, that's currently out on PC and PS4, is coming to Switch. And that's actually been a dream of mine for a couple years, and I'm really excited about it. I love that Tetris game, so having it portably is like a dream come true. I'm very excited about it. Oh yeah, I heard Deltarune came out in the free. I've played a tiny bit of Undertale in the past. I never finished it. It's less about like there isn't any... It's less about how there isn't any like light brevity or like lightness in those games, Uchi. It's more just like the visuals. The visuals are so dark, dude. Is it just as good not in VR? I've never played it in VR, so I couldn't tell you, but it's really good. Well, cheers, Nucleus. Turn up the brightness. It's just grotesque. I don't really want that kind of. It's just. I don't think it'll ever be my thing. To be honest with you, I'll try Dark Souls on stream someday, but I don't think it'll ever be my thing. Plus, if this game's anything to go on, I probably won't enjoy managing all the small mobs in those games. Oops. I saw your joke, Marks. I don't really know much about the whole remastered debacle, except folks don't like it. That's the version I own on Switch. I mean, I'm sure it is funny. I don't know how funny it is or not. If you could tell a million Dark Souls jokes, and I would probably just stare at them like, okay. Haha, Blighttown. Oh, he's going around the whole map. Time to sit here. So for anybody who hasn't fought Khezu on this particular map, when he goes up towards that part of the map, he will just basically fly in a giant circle and not really stop anywhere along that path. He sometimes will stop in the cave, area 4, but only briefly, and it's not a very good area to fight him in anyways, and he usually comes back down here pretty quickly anyway, so you just wait for him here. It saves you some time instead of chasing him around the map. He does this in Freemy Night as well. Coffee's all gone, bummer. Yeah, this game has been really interesting. It's made me self-examine myself and some of the opinions I held about like the series in general and what things I look for in a Monster Hunter game. He just stops in Area 4 though. He stops there, but not for very long usually, or at least in Freeman Night, he'd stop there for just like a moment and then keep going. So like if you were following around the map, he wouldn't stop there for very long at all. I don't know, I've just gotten in the habit of waiting for him down here. We'll see. Usually doesn't stop there for long at all. Plays Jeopardy theme. Nah, we're playing the Ridge Racer Type 4 soundtrack right now. But some other suggestions we're going to be looking at is the Ace Combat 04 soundtrack, Lord of Apocalypse soundtrack. Take a look at those. Luminescence? What's that? Oh, I get it. Okay, never mind. I'm slow. Here he comes. Good old Khezu. Have you ever played any instruments? I played percussion in middle school, and I was poor at it. I was homeschooled for a couple years during the time when they teach kids how to read music, which I did not learn at home. And so when I came back to school, every kid in school was just supposed to know how to read music, and I never learned, and no one ever taught me. And so I did percussion, and I kind of knew how to read the music. When there's like two notes, a low and a high, and you're like the timpani, you can do it. You're like, hey, there's the high one, boom. Here's the low one, boom. But then you put me on the xylophone, and, like, I actually, like, in some concerts, I would be on the xylophone and just be like, I don't know, and just, like, hitting all the notes. It was bad. Later on, I sang in choir, and I really liked that because I didn't have to know the notes, because you could learn from other people who knew the notes. Is whistling considered playing your tongue? I guess. I do whistle. That's true. But I wasn't a great percussionist. More weapons? Hello, Skiffy. Yep, more weapons like this Babel Spear. And the light bowgun we're trying to make from Kezu Electrosax. Hope you enjoyed it the best you could. It was I think it was a pretty anxiety-inducing class because it was either like I got put on one of the instruments I could play, or I got put on xylophone and I just died inside. I think the teacher knew I didn't know how to read music, but he still put me on xylophone sometimes. I don't know what he was expecting me to do. Maybe get like private tutoring or something, who knows. You were on the other side of that. You were teaching the folks who couldn't read music how to learn like the right notes. Bless you. You were probably a section leader. Find music a lot of fun. It's not even that like I wouldn't want to learn it. It was just something I never learned, and I don't know. It's like if you never learned a language you wanted to learn. I don't know. I just don't know how to read it. It would take some sitting down and me going like, I want to learn to play this instrument. And like, I'm sure I could, but it would take a lot of time for me to get used to it. And I'm sure I could do it, but I don't know. It's just not been on something in my hobby list. I would like to learn to play guitar just so I could play some Masayoshi Takanaka solos, but that's about it. Freedom 1 is great for streamers, not as good as Monster Hunter World, Kappa. Hi, Ruminant Moon. Hearing about some veggie elder hole? Wait, what? Veggie elder hole, what the heck is that about? I've been told to ask you. Veggie elder hole? I don't know anything about veggie elder hole. Who are you talking? Who's like DMing you? Like, hey, ask him this. He supposedly goes into a hole. There is a hole in Freedom or in Forest and Hills he goes into. I can show you. You know what, Gifo? I'm glad you asked. I can indeed show you the Veggie Elder's hole. I've never seen him go into the hole where he lives, but it's there. He's kind of like a dwarf. I think because people are bored 26. I think that's why. This music's good. I'm into this. Veg Elder is a sunburned old Wolverine. I don't know if he's sunburned or if that's just like the color of his skin. Maybe he went on too many mining runs. You like my quotes? Thanks. They've grown exponentially recently. What soundtrack is that? Jesus, Kazoo. Have you ever heard the Bomberman Hero soundtrack? Never have I ever. It's so good. If you drop a link to it in the Discord, I'll take a look at it. I'm being a little bit aggro. I should be careful. Don't want to have to walk all the way back down here after getting carted. That's one of my favorite clips, Skippy. Like, it's one of my favorite all-time clips. I would play the DK rap on stream, Marks, but that's about it. We would risk DMCA for the DK rap. What the? Did y'all see that? He like, the camera interacted with that weird and he like disappeared. He like straight up disappeared. No, we are not going to start doing mashups, unfortunately. We're just not that fun. Has anyone mentioned the Katamari soundtrack? They have not yet. I wonder if the Shenmue soundtracks are any good. We get an Electro Sack there? No, we got Pale Extract. We do need Pale Extracts, but I need Electro Sacks more. There are, but they're very atmospheric. Okay, so more chill, huh? Shenmue games are... I would like to play Shenmue sometime. The thought has crossed my brain to track down a Dreamcast and a scaler so I could play Shenmue on stream, which is a dumb thought to have, having never played Shenmue. The Yakuza games are fun and silly. I want to play those games someday. They look amazing. They look exactly up my alley. Where do you post music? In the Discord, there's a music sharing room, which is what I'm going to be looking at to choose some soundtracks. Sweet. 2 Electro Sax. I think we needed 3, maybe, so we might need to do one more Kazoo, but we're closer now. Josie gifts getting to you? No, I've wanted to play Shenmue for a long time. Shenmue 3 looks amazingly scuffed, Uchi. Amazingly scuffed. I watched some footage of that when it came out. It looked bad. Oh, we never used the hot drink. Whoops. That was a pretty good hunt. This Babel Spear seems nice. You have to be a really old fly, Uchi, because I think the development for that thing goes on forever and ever. Alright, this is the last song on this soundtrack. Oh, we got enough. Here we go. Shotgun White. Heck yeah, dude. This thing is so sick. Okay, so the reason this thing rocks, it's got higher raw than most of the other guns in low rank you can do. Or most of the other guns in low rank you can get. It has fast reload, just moderate recoil. It can fire 9 shots of normal 2, fires pellet, fires Kraken Clust, fires all 3 elements, and all the stamina, or all the status shots too. It's crazy. Hello Sherilyn, welcome. Finally, the white shotgun. I'm excited about it. We're going to use it to take on Black Gravios here. Thank you, Big G. Cheers. I'd say 9 Thundershot? No way. Is that the white Velocipede gun? You joke, Marks? It is, yeah. It's a combination of Kazoo and white Velocipede. It did say 9 Thundershot. That's broken. What the heck? I think some upbeat music is helping me enjoy this game more. I know that sounds dumb, but some upbeat music is helping me enjoy this game more, so I'm looking for suggestions. No Gunlance equals no best game. Sure. I agree. I'm having a harder time enjoying this game than most of the other Monster Hunter games I've played. We're getting there, though. X marks the spot, exactly. I can't find the command to block something on Twitch. What are you confused about, Marks? Whoops. These are funny Ridge Racer songs. Very goofy. Oh, there's more. Never mind. Sorry, I thought that was the last track. There's more. She's gonna sing about Ridge Racer some more. Thanks, Heavy Metal Loser. I'm so excited we made this gun. Like, when you compare this to our current one, look at the difference there in terms of how many shots it can fire and the clip sizes. Insane. I mean, like, the status shots on the other bowgun we were using are pretty good, but when you look at the other shots this thing can fire, that's just nuts. This thing is busted. Cheers, Sherilyn. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I got you, Walking on the Sun. Thanks. Musashi. Cheers. Nice to meet you. Alright, we gotta pause the song for a second so we can eat. Meat Wagon. Where's Spice Pop? There it is. Fruity Jam. Chat is wild, and chat has gotten into the, like, every once in a while someone will drop in an opinion in the chat and everyone in the chat will go, "It's opinion time," and then all the opinions come out. We like discussions here more than opinions. Everyone's got opinions. Freedom 1 Pog, nice to meet you. I'm having a hard time enjoying this game, but we're pushing at it. We're still keeping at it. I hope you're doing well tonight. Civil discussion is just an opinion. There's a difference between everyone just saying an opinion out into the ether and people actually having conversations with one another. I'm just gonna put that out there. Oft overlooked difference between those two things. You weren't being serious, but sure, Rist. I couldn't tell, I'm sorry. It's hard to tell over the internet. We got more Ridge Racer in the chat. Or in the chat, in the game. This track is called Ridge Racer. Don't get to talk to people enough in real life, so you have to talk to people on the internet. I mean, me too. I talk with you guys more than I talk with people in real life, outside of maybe like a couple coworkers and my wife. Hey, Darapico. What are we gonna sell? I guess more Kutku scales? It's not good that we're broke right now. What's the best aspect of this game? The best aspect of this game for me so far has been seeing how many things about this game carry all the way through the series up to Rise. Just things that you'd kind of go, that probably got iterated on along the way. No, they're all the way back here in first gen. There's certain things like intruding monsters and some of the pacing of the village quests in terms of when subspecies come in as surprises. And I don't know, there's a lot that goes all the way back to this game. You're just like, dang, that goes all the way back. It's kind of cool. I can't tell if that's supposed to be sarcastic or not, Martha. Would I ever consider a no mic stream? I would feel really weird doing a no mic or a no cam stream. Like, it's just like a routine thing. It would feel really weird not having the ability to like talk to you guys. Come on, no mic. What's the worst aspect? The worst aspect to me is the difficulty's over-reliance on small monsters. It feels like the monsters compared to, like, this is the biggest thing for me is I'm having a hard time having, like, the reason I'm not enjoying this game that much is I'm just not enjoying the combat in this game very much, which surprises me because usually I like Monster Hunter combat a lot and it's how I generally, it's what I lean on to enjoy the game. If I'm having a hard time with a grind or I'm having a hard time with one thing or another, I'll just find a fight or a part of the game that I like working at and I'll enjoy that. But the monsters feel very similar to Freebie Knight, which makes sense because first and second gen are pretty closely linked, but sometimes a little bit more limited. Like Plesioth in this game is pretty much Freebie Knight Plesioth, but just -1 move or so. The weapons feel a little worse, and it feels like on top of that, rather than just say like, hey, it's simple combat with simple weapons, they feel like the needs, at least so far, to make the game difficult by just throwing a bunch of small monsters at you. This is the last track of the Ridge Racer 4 soundtrack. Very Namco. But yeah, that's the worst part for me so far. Is that like it seems like they want to make it difficult. They want to make the combat difficult by throwing in lots of small monsters, and to me that's not as interesting. And I feel disappointed in myself for not really liking it as much as I wanted to. There was one quest with a pink Rathian where there were Bolfongos there were like 4 to 5 Bolfongos in 2 or 3 of the areas, and the rest of the areas were full of infinitely respawning Io Prey and Gen Prey. And we were doing that quest with Bowgun. Everyone kind of knew this before playing. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Hyper Ray, is like, I mean, all the old Monster Hunter games are like that to a certain extent. You'll have like a scenario where like, man, remember that one quest where that one time I got really screwed over by all Bolfongo? In this game, it is a core tenet of the difficulty, which is ridiculous to me. I wasn't expecting that. All right, we're gonna look up Bizarrios' hit zones real fast. I'm sorry. Sometimes when I'm talking, I get a little bit off track. All right. Gen 1 is notably designed to force constant small monster interruption. This is called Eat 'em Up. It's at the end of the Ridge Racer Type 4 soundtrack, Walking on the Sun. I wish I had a dot music command, I don't. All right, Black Gravios. Garbage hit zones. Water hits well on its chest, its neck, its legs. Cool. Yeah, later on, Hyper Ray, I feel like it's not, I mean, like, it's just, the mobs are less aggressive and they're less frequent, so it becomes a much less frequent part of combat. It's still there, enough to still be something you have to take into consideration in tight circumstances. In this game, it's like, if you do not take it into consideration, you will likely die. Unless you are in very strong gear, you are using a very mobile weapon, or you're just lucky. So I think there are some people who can probably get down with that. Like there are some people who probably enjoy that more. It's even slower paced than like second generation, my God. But that even more slow paced combat design where you have to slowly prepare for the quest. You have to slowly set up the quest when you get in there by taking out small monsters, and then you take on the large monster, and you have to be kind of methodical with that too so you don't get killed. To me, it's like, it's kind of gone too far, at least for me personally, to really enjoy it a whole lot, which bums me out. But we're still here. We're still trying it. We're gonna take on Danger Fierce Gravios. All right, so that was the Ridge Racer 4 soundtrack. We are gonna boot up the Persona 3 soundtrack, I think. And then I'll probably go after that to some of the suggestions folks have been putting in the Discord. Holy crap, it's 3.5 hours. We'll listen to some of it. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Look at what they give you for this quest. What the hell? I'm scared. Hot Pocket, thank you for the raid. Welcome, folks. Your voice, Al? What's going on? 7.5 hours. Wait, what were you streaming, Hot Pocket? That's impressive. I'm sorry, Uchi.
That's tasty.
Sorry about that. I didn't necessarily mean to cut that off. So rude. GU, guild, no arts. Nice. How was it? 2 hours of cat gathering quests. It was crazy. Welcome, Entis. Welcome, Carrot.
Neat.
Okay, I'm backing up the track. I'm backing it up. Don't worry. Oh, I backed it up all the way. There, whatever. We're listening to the whole track again. You should be happy about that. All right. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't show you the whole GFO. I don't think there's the hole in this map. We can take a look here. If you want to wait for 1 second, we'll go take a look and see if Veggie Elder has a hole in this map. We should waste more time on this quest, I think. Okay. Does Veggie Elder have a hole in this map? In Forest and Hills, he has like a little nook in the wall he can go in. Do you have a hole in this map? Is there a hole somewhere here? Good song. Oh, there it is. There is the Veggie Elder hole. We aren't DMCA. This is video game music, so it should be okay. All right, folks from Shepherd's Dream, you got your fill. Oh, hell. He is massive. Is your gear Kutku? It's a mixture of Kutku and other armor. Ugh. Okay. Holy crap. I feel like there should be like Evangelion music playing for him. There kind of is? Yeah, kind of. Does ice do anything? Ice is water. It's mistranslated. This thing is like the size of Fatalis, seriously. No way. Hang on. Shots effective against monsters vulnerable to water. Max 60 shots. Is there no ice element? Ice element was added in DOS. Is this Persona OST? It is. We are listening to the Persona 3 soundtrack. Ice is water. Ice is technically water, man. Isn't Evangelion kind of dark? Evangelion is indeed quite a dark show. It's really good though. I really like it. You like first gen Swamp better than second gen Swamp then, Slit Sampler? I like them both. I have more traumatic memories on this map than the second gen Swamp. Love the rebuilds. I haven't watched the latest rebuild yet. I've watched all but the latest one that just came out. Very good. I'll have to. I need to watch. Like, the reason I haven't seen it is I want to rewatch the other rebuilds because it's been like over a year since I've watched the other ones. Welcome, Pro Cow. See how dumb this is on Blade Master? He's kind of big, isn't he? I mean, like, it's pretty dumb on Gunner, too. Is he always this large, FPS? A wiggle is a good sign. That tree, man. That freaking tree. I hope you guys see that every time I walk by that tree, it just absolutely destroys the camera. There's no way to get out of the way. Genuine 50-50 if you're gonna get fire farted. There's no way to get out of the way. Tail whip is incoming. Or not. Huh. Usually when he walks up close to you like that, it's gonna be the tail whip. That's crazy. The map moves. It does. It like jitters. If you're wanting to watch Evangelion, which one do you recommend starting with? Watch the TV show followed by the end of Evangelion, which is a movie that is directly set after the TV show. After that, if you really like Evangelion, then watch the rebuilds, which are kind of like reimaginings of it almost. Just start with the TV show. It's hilarious that they're split up like that, isn't it? The publishing deals for that, behind that, must be just like absolutely awful. Like, oh yes, we're the publishers of Evangelion the TV show. Oh, well, we're the publishers of Evangelion the movies. Screw you. Hello, Edge. How goes it? You just woke up from a nap? It sounds nice. I had a nice nap today. Today was my first like day where I got to sleep in like 2 weeks, and it was nice. I slept in quite a bit. I think I get to sleep in tomorrow too, which is kind of blessed. Alright, let's get some poison on this bad boy. That broke his stomach. That's hilarious. This does straight up sound like Evangelion music. I have to get up early in the week, just not this weekend, which is nice. A lot of weekends I actually do have to get up early, but not this one. Persona 3 was a good choice. Poison shot is a little spooky. I tried playing Persona 3. It didn't have enough iframes, so I stopped and I started playing Monster Hunter again instead. Screw you, game. How much damage did that do? That did most of our health. Spooky. We most certainly did not iframe while we were stunned. If you like iframes so much, why not play Dark Souls? I don't like games that have lots of iframes. I like games that have tight iframes. But we already talked about Dark Souls and my legitimate reasons for not playing them tonight. He is not very weak to poison, huh? Whoops. guy's almost a Cantor size. He really is. Missed the Dark Souls discussion. Someone just asked if I plan on playing those games, and I said probably not. I don't like the way those worlds feel to be in. They're really dark and gloomy, and I don't know. It's not a place where I want to spend a lot of time. I don't have any, like, I've tried Dark Souls and I've tried Bloodborne, and I bounced off of both of them pretty quickly. It's pretty simple, and it's just a personal thing. I don't have any problems with them as games. Like, I haven't played enough of them to have any legitimate problems with them as games. They're very dark and foreboding. I don't think I could spend that much time in them. What is a game that you play that you don't think people would guess you play? I really only play Monster Hunter and Tetris. If we're saying games that I have played a lot of in the past, I got bullied as a kid for enjoying Webkins. I haven't touched that in a really long time. I don't know if that exists anymore, but Webkins were like a plush toy Uchi that had like an online MMO for kids attached to them. If you didn't keep buying plush toys, all of your online plush toys died or like became inaccessible. Like you had a house and you had games you could play to get like items for your house and stuff like that. And it was like if you didn't buy a plush toy every like 6 months or something, your online house would just like disappear. It was nuts. That's straight up manipulative too. You know what? Let's try normal 3 on this guy. I want to use this 9 clip. I feel like if there's any monster that normal 3 is going to work on, it's going to be like this giant thing. I wonder how garbage normal 3 is in this game. We could look it up, I guess. Whoops. Normal shot. Normal 2, 12. Normal 3, 10. Max hits 3. Meh. Same numbers as later. Just wanted to check. Didn't seem like it was ricocheting very well, so I'm not going to use it. What are those numbers? Which ones, fish? Hang on. The numbers we were just looking at. Normal 3 versus normal 2. These are the motion values in Gen 1 for a normal shot. Or like the raw power. I don't know the exact damage calc, but these are the damage numbers for normal shot, pierce shot, pellet shot, etc., etc. Yeah, this is how it is for most of the old games, where normal 2 is better than normal 3, and normal 3 is only good on a select few monsters where their geometry allows the scattering of its shot to actually hit them multiple times. Yeah, it works like that all the way up until World? Monster Hunter Rise? Pellet does water? It looks like it says that, doesn't it? Added effect, water 5. It does say that. Crag shot, added effect, fire. Hello, Sleepy Soldier. How's it going? It's going okay. It says that. I don't really have a good way of I don't really have a good way of telling you if that does that or not. I mean, I have pellet. I can use it. Is Pellet the way to go against Gravios? It could be. We have Pellet. I can use it. Guns are weird. Guns are weird. Yeah, let's try the Pellet. Why not? I want to think about this matchup even less somehow. Hello, Smiley-O. It all returns to freedom. It all comes tumbling down. It is neat, Beast 2. When you find monsters that have good spots for normal 3, it feels cool to be able to hit it. Because, I mean, there is higher damage potential there. It's just, in general, normal 2 is so much better on a lot of monsters. Because a lot of monsters just don't have that spot. I don't know, Hyper Ray, was it? I guess people caught that one, didn't they? There you go, Black Gravios. He dies so fast. Yep. Should get more parts. All the monsters in 5-star so far have given me 4 carves. I guess maybe not Kezu, but Plesioth has given me 4 carves. So has Gravios now. The crust of a Black Gravios is heavier and harder than other shells. Here you go. Is she the flagship fish kebab? Oh, okay, cool. Lots of medium monster bones, that's nice. We get some good Zenny from that? We did. That's nice. Me too, Smiley. It's nice to see that, isn't it? That was a gold crown large. It better have been. That's our first gold crown, I think. The guy at the market FPS? Mm-hmm, he did. Just got Mario Party. Enjoy, S-Fox. Icon looks so rough. The icons are all rough in this game. All right, let's go buy some more info books. Welcome back, Jack. How you doing tonight? We have fought a Kezu. We have fought Plesioth. We have fought Gravios. I just realized there are literally 2 more new monsters. Probably, I guess there are 4. There are 4 more monsters in the game I haven't fought. Welcome back, Bio. How goes the freedom? It's okay. Read the Diablos lore? Not yet. We haven't fought one. Doing fantastic. Someone might have received a certain email from Twitch this morning. I saw you were pretty close to 50 followers when we pieced out last night, Jack. That's like an affiliate speed run, my guy. Nice job. Congrats. How so, Uchi? Oh yeah, I talked with Fallison. I heard that he was being pretty strict about spoilers in Prima Night. Thinking back on how many people chimed in with different suggestions when I played Freemium Night, I wish him luck. I feel like that's one of the games in the series that folks like giving that kind of advice the most. Like, did you know purple is a 1.5 mod in this game, bro? It's crazy. Like, just make Narga weapons and Cyantar armor, dude. You're set. Like, there are genuinely helpful veterans to learn Freemium Night from learn from in Freemium Night, but there are a lot of folks who will roll up and just say stuff like that. Did you know that Sword and Shield sucks in this game? Yeah, he mentioned it was hampering his enjoyment of the game, and that bums me out because I like that game a lot. I think it's a really good one. Guess we'll hear more Tuesday. We will. Monday for me, Tuesday for him. That's something funny about our podcast together, is that for him, it's a Tuesday morning podcast. For me, it is a Monday night podcast. So I'm going to tell you it's on Monday, and he's going to tell you it's on Tuesday, and we're both right. The game you had the worst experience with was Monster Hunter Stories 2. It's like the YouTube community went nuts. You went to watch that Things You Knew vid, and the vid went on to explain all the weapon details and which should be used. It's a bummer, some of that stuff. Especially if it's like released close to, or if people put out videos like that close to release. Ooh, we have a rust stone. I forgot. Let's go upgrade that. What's it gonna be? It's an iron greatsword again. I already got one of those from a rust stone.
Ah, the French. Champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence.
We only have one more quest. I mean, we have two more egg delivery quests that we're gonna go ahead and do here, but we only have one more monster quest left in Village. Slay the Rathalos and Rathian. A troublesome pair indeed. Let's do the Powderstone quest. That is a really old meme, Marks. You are weird. It's bad because in Freemium Night, some stuff is really useful to know, and there's like no way you should figure it out yourself, like Kieran Pellet, Shengaren Pierce. Yeah, that is rough. Both of our friends, Fallison and Angani, I feel for them because it's really fun experiencing a game where you don't really know a whole lot, but at the same time, there are some things in Monster Hunter that any fan in the series can tell you, like, yo, that's just screwed cryptic. Like, there's no way you're ever going to figure that out on your own. Like, if you do, you'll feel clever as hell, but you're not going to figure that out. So that's rough. Arena Emergency Fish Kebab was a Stygian Zinogre and a regular Zinogre in 4U's high rank. Frenzied Stygian Zinogre and Frenzied Zinogre in 4U's high rank in the arena together that we were doing with Insect Wave. It was a tough quest. The Sootstone quest, 26? We're not doing Troublesome Pair quite yet. We're doing Sootstone. That quest is nuts, fish. I'm proud we finished it. Blue pants, indeed, walking on the sun. Sorry for the music pause. It's just so it doesn't clash. Mega Bagel Seafood Jam. Whoa! That one cat's going crazy. That was a very twitchy whoa, wasn't it? Tastes very healthy. Yeah, you know, Mega Bagel Seafood Jam. Peak of health. Wasn't supposed to be Uchi. This stream is cursed. What I would say about Freeman in general, though, is that while there is, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff to be learned from veterans, especially veterans who are like considerate about it and may like ask you about what you want to learn about and share things, not just like spraying them out, but just like when it's relevant. There's also a lot of stuff that like is just wrong. Like, yo, half the information folks pass around about that game is from GameFAQs. It's like a decade old and half of it's wrong. And most folks haven't played Unite. So it's like, I don't know, a lot of the stuff that gets thrown around about that game is just crazy. People actually actively believe Poogie affects your luck. Not everybody, but some do. So just, I don't know. I think there's a lot to be taken for granted, or there's a lot of like grains of salt to be taken with some of those things that people pass around. Did I bring cool drinks? I don't know if I did. Where do you even find Sootstone more? Okay, I did bring cool drinks, that's good. Does anybody know where the Sootstone ore is on this game, or on this quest? I don't. Maybe it's in a 6? Maybe they added it for this quest specifically? I remember this song from when I tried the game. Maybe 8? Well, let's find out. I hope you don't need pickaxes to get the ore. This is Rosie's favorite song. Is it really? She plays it every now and then on stream. It's a good song. What's the trailing path at the top of 8? That's area 8. There is actual bizarre stuff like sharpness affecting affinity if you have reckless abandon. Oh, screw you. You know what? I'm gonna be a smart hunter. Hang on. Jesus. See ya, Hyper Ray. Cheers. Good luck. Thank you. Yeah, there's bizarre stuff in the old games that, I mean, like, bizarre stuff that carries to the new games too, like, oh hey, greatsword and longsword do different damage depending on what part of the blade you contact the monster with. That is not explained in detail anywhere in any of the games that I've seen, but it exists. And like the lance damage thing, like lance will do blunt damage, Lance will do blunt damage values when attacking a piece of the monster that has a higher blunt damage hit zone than a cutting hit zone, but it still does cutting damage. And stuff like that is not documented anywhere. It's awful. Probably should have picked up some health, or should have healed first. Whatever. This is some good music for this quest. Yikes. That's like scary loud, dude. Everything going cozy, it seems. We're doing a Sootstone quest with some tough monsters. Well, Gravios is here now. Come on. It was pretty good timing, Uchi, wasn't it? Backpacking doesn't even exist in Monster Hunter 1 proper. At least I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Angani looked that one specific detail up. Did they? That surprises me. Okay. This quest. What the hell? If anyone ever questions why I don't want to play this game, just refer them to this footage right now. Hi, Nox. That's fucked. I'm so glad we're listening to this music. Never expected you to hear you say that. I shouldn't. Oh my god, they really did, didn't they? This game is aggressive. Thank God it's only one, for real. Imagine if Bizarrios felt the need to, or it's not Bizarrios, Gravios felt the need to camp right beneath Area 8. He could have. I was worried about it. I was ready to run in there, aggro the roar, run back out of the area as he roared, then run back in and hope he didn't roar a second time. That was my plan. You get a commendation for that. You get 3 rust stones. Good thing it can roll 3. You get 2? Okay, well, good thing it can roll 2 and you can't take both of them. It's the most cartoony mad face you've ever done. I'm mad at it. That sucks. Like, a tiny bit of me is like, oh, you only get to pick 1. Choose wisely. And then the other part of me is like, screw you, game. I just delivered a Powder Stone past 8 Bullfongo. No, wait, it does roll 3, but it didn't let me take the second one. What? That was weird. The game must know what's in these. That's weird. It didn't let me take the second one, but it let me take the third one. It must know what they're rolled before we actually unearth them, and so it wouldn't let me take 2 of the same one. Maybe? I don't know. That's bizarre. All right. Hunter's Dagger Plus. Woo! Crossbow Gun. Woo! Ultimate Ore Mining. Hurry towards the large group of Bizarrios. The reward is based on how well you do. You didn't have the space? No, it was the second one. It was the second one, Harush. Like, there were 3 in a line, and I hit X on all 3, and it took the first and the third, but not the middle one. You're gonna have to timestamp on the YouTube upload? For this moment, or for you want the video that we're listening to? With a troll? It's weird. I don't know what it was doing. It must have been two of the same one or something. This music's bizarre. I'm into it. You played Persona 3? Briefly. I've briefly played Persona 3, enough to know that the music would be good for a stream. Honestly, listening to this music makes me want to play the game more. Oh, that face, the most disgusted face you've ever done. I was talking in Shepard's Discord the other day about how weird it must be to be Shepard and have chat just constantly photoshopping your face into like grotesque, like weird emotes. And then Dwarven Man pulled out like a picture of me he'd like weirdly modified like a year ago. It was like an old photo. Germa's even worse. That's true. Although, do that quest again without backpacking. See if you can take the third rust stone. There's no way it's tied to that. You want that? What, the face that Dwarven Man shopped? Here, I'll show you it. I have to find it. It's gonna be high up here. So this is from Dwarven Man. Oh, wrong page, hang on. I think he only did one edit too. He just did like the warp like shrink tool and just put it right in the middle of my forehead and it was like thank you, Dwarven Man. God, the internet's weird. Why, Uchi? I do not want my own Omega or my own Gape carrot. Thank you very much, though. I appreciate the offer. I almost said the proposition. You're gonna add that? No. Because it's your disgusted face that already makes you laugh by default. Just like exaggerated. Like that's just the face I pull. I don't even, okay, here's the funny part about that, Uchi, is I don't even know if I was making a face where I was upset in that photo. And he just made it look like that, but that's actually what I look like when I'm upset. Wait, what the? I just realized that y'all put the whole clip in Shepard's Discord. Carrot, you gremlin. Would I consider you a gremlin? I think prior to the last couple weeks, probably not. Now, though? The face you pulled at the 3 whetstones was perfect emotion for that moment. I was mad, dude. I'm still mad. How are you gonna make it possible to roll 3 and not let the player able to take 3? It probably was just that 2 of them were the same weapon and it didn't want to let me, like it has some hard limitation where you can't take it, but man, that makes me upset. What is... It's nice, isn't it, Demon Coup? Look at my luxury. Look at this luxury. I don't have to manually put on armor pieces. What is PL details? Where are you seeing that button? You got 10 of them? We do. In the equip sets? Pull the... It's to change what details are showing, but I don't know what "poo" stands for. Please, menu, may I have some details? What the hell? This game. Player details? I don't know. Place details? Your guess is as good as mine. Jesus. Mega bagel? Sirloin egg. It was a long rant, Martz. I showed Martz the clip where the Plesioth was like sleeping near the trap, where I like slept the Plesioth several times by the trap. Mega Bagel is Flaccid Bagel's cousin. Glad that he's doing well. Delicious meal, your cousin. Thank you for saying hi, Flaccid Bagel. It's nice to meet you. Yeah, but I was showing Martz the Plesioth clip with the traps, and I think somewhere in that clip I must have mentioned about Sonic, and Martz was like, you talked about Sonic? I was like, no. Shouldn't watch that VOD, Martz. All right. Ultimate ore mining? It's a good question, Big G. Was it like Shep's Final Fantasy 12 rant? No. Shepard's Final Fantasy 12 rant is probably more well-informed than what I was saying about Sonic the Hedgehog. Doesn't bode well.
Neat.
Good timing, Big G. God.
Neat.
What you do is when the music stops, you count 1, 2, 3 in the beginning of the music, then stop at 3. That's the technique I use most of the time. I just suck at it sometimes. Depending on my mental state and or how tired I am, I suck at it. Alright, let's go hunt a Bizarrios. I don't know why I brought my gathering set. I don't actually want to gather. Whatever, we're sticking with it. Why the long solemn face? I'm not trying to pull a face. You guys look so intriguing there? No, I was just realized I came into this quest like I'm gonna go and treat this like a gathering quest where I'm gonna go and gather and then take on the Bizarrios, and then I got in the quest and I was like, oh, I actually don't feel like gathering at all. I was thinking about Omega. Probably. Who made that carrot? Was it you? Song is this? Calamity. From Persona 3 Portable. Or from Persona 3, rather, sorry. Well, good job. It's a good emote. Here's another good one. Another good song. Interesting quest. Is there more than one at once? Because that'd be hype. I think there is. Oh, I'm here for this meme. Oh, this is good. This is what I want. Bizarrios with Bofongo. I sleep 2 Bizarrios? Hypers. Good music. Whoops, that was dumb. I think the Bofongo may infinitely respawn. Was that a spoiler? Oh, you know, I figured 26. It's not really a spoiler, no. Huntathons generally work like that, and I would assume that if they spawned here in the first place, they would spawn here after you kill the other one. Can barely hear, though, because of all the roaring. They are pretty loud, aren't they? You know what I didn't bring? Antidotes. Hi, Taps. Yeah, Persona 3 music. It's nice. Thread the needle! Nope. Are the Bofongo respawning? I think they are, yeah. A little too optimistic on that thread the needle. Yelling thread the needle was pretty good though. If I yell it, it's gotta happen, right? Oh dear. Who's your favorite Persona 3 friend? I haven't played very much of Persona 3. I played like the opening 5 hours and then was like, there aren't enough iframes. I need to go back to Monster Hunter. I'm not much for JRPGs. I like immersing myself in the world of JRPGs, but once the novelty wears off, I'm like, oh yeah, it's just turn-based. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm lame like that. As admittedly for you, I'm joking. I don't actually play games and go, there aren't enough iframes, but I do play games and go, this isn't as satisfying to me as Monster Hunter, and then I go back to Monster Hunter. When I say that, I'm vastly oversimplifying it just for fun. This quest is Monk's Tier. This is the first fun quest I've had in a long time, FPS. Like, this is more fun than the vast majority of this game. What is your definition of fun? I don't know. Killing monsters with a weapon where the main difficulty curve isn't like, yeah, look out for those IO prey. Like, this is so much more interesting than any other monsters we fought in Low Rank Village, or anytime recently at least. I don't know what I want from this game. I just don't like it. Oh, hello, Bizarrios. Bizarrios are kind of cool looking. Yeah, they're a neat design. I like Bizarrios and Gravios' designs. They're intimidating and they're neat. They're very unique. I don't think I've seen rock, well, I guess Pokemon kind of has some like rocky, vibrant looking dudes, but outside of that, you rarely see dudes like this in games. Fun is a meaningless buzzword. Fun is fake news. Rock golems and Dodongos? I don't know. These guys strike me as very visually unique. Even in the world of Onyx and Geodude and such. Wow, it's dead? Yeah, multi-monster or hunt-a-thon quests like this generally are over pretty quick. Is this the only sort of Machilite? No, you can mine it. Bizarrios and Bizarrio's Quest have been one of my more reliable sources of Machilite, though, because you get to go to the volcano and mine, and then you hunt the Bizarrios, and you get some Machilite from him, too. It works out pretty well, actually, when you need, like, 40 Machilite. Man, this is so much better than the other Bizarrio's Quest. We should have been doing this for frickin'... We should have been doing this for mining. This is fun. The new Doubles and Ogre quest, everybody. I don't think this quest will have the chance to become the new Doubles and Ogre quest. All it took was 2 monsters at the same time for this game to get fun. That fun's about to continue to the next quest. Why is the map glitching? It just does that. Didn't know so many people watch you so late. I would say around this time is usually when we get our peak viewers, and then after this, folks start going to bed. Usually asleep by now? Yeah. Usually around like midnight or 1 in the morning is when folks are jumping off of other late Eastern streamers or Eastern US streamers and jumping over to our stream. And then as it gets towards like 2 or 3, folks start to actually go to bed, and so we get a little, like we have a few fewer people. 2:45 p.m. It is currently 1 in the morning for me. I usually stream until about 3 in the morning. All right. Don't know why, but you're actually surprised that someone could not like this game. Slit Sampler, I'm like upset with myself that I don't. I'm not happy that I'm not happy. Really surprised you don't, considering how you handled the franchise so far. It's weird to me. Like I said, so far every Monster Hunter game I've tackled, I found something really to enjoy, or I found a way to enjoy it pretty early on. This game is just, I don't know, it's rough and it's primitive in enough ways across different parts of it that it's giving me a hard time. And I think it's not just one problem. It's not just like, oh, the small monsters. I can't stand the small monsters. I must go. It's like, no. It's like the combat's very simple. I've done a lot of these monsters before in Freedom Unite, and they're not largely changed. The combat's just less interesting in this game in a direct comparison kind of way. That's kind of hard to achieve between other games in the series. It's been a while since I've played an old game. Like, I've spent a year playing 4th and 5th generation Monster Hunter, and I think that's probably making me feel a bit biased against it. I don't know. I wish I was enjoying it more. I've got you hyped. Like, as we stream more of it, it feels more normal. Which is weird. The thing, like, I don't know. It being hard doesn't really make me want to leave. It's like this weird apathy I've got towards the game. I don't want to feel apathetic towards the Monster Hunter I'm playing. It's weird. Big honest advice, apathy is better than trying to force yourself to like a thing. I'm not really forcing myself to like it right now. At least I don't think I am. I'm forcing myself to play it, but not like it necessarily. Feels mad because it's so lacking uniqueness. It's not that it's lacking uniqueness. It's mainly that, like, I think that this game's combat is not pulling me in, and I really rely on enjoying the combat in a Monster Hunter game to keep me going, I think. Like, I can enjoy the old unique details of this game all I want, and I can enjoy collecting some of the old weapon designs all I want. I can enjoy ticking off quests on the check marks, but if the combat's not something I'm enjoying, it's like, that's rough. Well, if you want to pick my weapon for a troublesome pair, which is the final village quest of Monster Hunter Freedom, or at least that we've got unlocked right now, go ahead and type !ticket in the chat. This is going to be a Rathalos and a Rathian in the Forested Hills. Should be an interesting quest. Rathalos and a Rathian. Also, welcome, Taps. If you play Persona 3 again, I hope you enjoy it. Someone types P3 in chat, I'm like, yeah, Portable Third. But of course. Nice, Vio. That's fast. First since January of 2020. Nice. I'm glad it's back to a point where you can do that. It's good. Let me make sure we haven't unlocked any other quests after that that mining quest. Sweet. I hope you like it, Vio. Yep, this is our final village quest for now, a troublesome pair. A Rathalos and Rathian have paired up and are ravaging my country. My father won't let me go, so please kill them for me. The brave prince of the forest and hills. His country. That's cool, Vio. Sounds like a neat way of enjoying an album. Ah yes, Carrot. Lore from the game that can't remember if it's ice shot or water shot. So reliable. I don't think they were saying it ironically, FPS. Have a little monster, or have a monster. I got water. Water's good enough for me. I don't like energy drinks very much. I like coffee a lot, but not energy drinks. I'm gonna say, last call for that weapon raffle. If you wanna pick my weapon for a troublesome pair, go ahead and type !ticket. To anybody who's new to the stream, how this works is when you type that, it puts your name in. I'm gonna draw someone's name out. That person's name, or that person whose name I draw, gets to pick the weapon I use for this next quest, and I'll try my best with it. That is pretty solid, Vio. All right, let's see what I'm gonna use for that. Taps, what would you like me to use for a troublesome pair in the forest and hills? What weapon would you like to see? You have greatsword, hammer, lance, sword and shield, dual blades, light bowgun, and heavy bowgun. Let's try hammer. That's a good pick. I appreciate it. We worked so hard to make this hammer, dude. Want to see some big KOs? Unfortunately, there's no KO in this game. But you can still hit them pretty hard. You can get some good staggers, if nothing else. KO wasn't added until 2nd generation. Want to see some big exhausts? There's no exhaust in this game either. Exhaust was added in 3rd generation. There's literally just staggers. I would love to see some sick aerial hammer mounts in this game. I don't blame you for not knowing that. This game's just old. This game is just really freaking old. All right, where's my sirloin egg? Sirloin egg and great mutton. Want to see some sick impact craters? Nope. I'm sorry. That ham is looking nice. Look at that ham. There's this great Twitter account called Low Poly Foods. Good follow. I figured you wear taps. The best you can get with hammer in this game is some sick dahs. It's true. Dah! It would be really funny to make low poly food in real life. Is this hammer the original hunting horn design? No, those aren't horns on the back. Those are nuts, like that you'd screw the iron to the bone part with. Did you search for a Twitter called Low Poly Foods? No, it got retweeted onto my timeline at some point and I followed it. It kind of looks like a flute though, I can see what you mean. It looks a bit like an instrument. No small mobs. There's also low poly animals, there are. You think your cat likes me? Why do you say that? That makes me happy. Sorry. Get ready for the da.
That's tasty.
Da! The kitten disappeared and you were like, where is she?
Neat.
You came downstairs and she's sitting outside your room on the cat tree facing your room. Why does that make you think she likes meat? Is the Area 9 camera angle messed up in the PSP version? Yes, it is. Can't help but think she likes the sounds coming out of your room. Sorry for making so much noise. Oh boy. There he is. The flagship of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This game is scuffed. Here comes Rathian. Oh boy. Now this ought to be interesting. Let's see if I can get her to leave. Nope. No such luck. Got run up against his head. There's a cat yelling under my door. Rathalos is off there on the side of the map. Don't know what he's doing. Oh geez. triple charge into quadruple charge into bite. Cool. They could probably reach up there with their talons. Thanks for doing that, Edge. I appreciate it. I like getting people to see people's cats. Cats are cute. Good answer with the Devil Joe Police. How'd you dodge that charge? I heard him coming. I was keeping track of him in my brain. Oh, she rode the wall. I wasn't expecting that. Oops. Aw. Should probably heal. Got some chill music going on. Rathalos is on a freaking world tour. I should probably try and keep both of them painted, honestly. What the... Huh? What are you doing, Rathian? She's gonna do some dumb stuff, isn't she? I think she leaves after that, yeah. It's like a long animation before they leave. I was expecting her to like buffer out an instant move. Okay. At this point, let's go see Area 6 Rathalos if we can. It's a real treat. Real spectacle, that. I think we're gonna be too late to see him there, but I'd like to. I think he's leaving or about to. Come on. Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. Slit Sampler, thanks for the follow. I will not promise I'm going to be continuing to play this game a whole lot longer if I'm not enjoying it, but I'm glad you got to see some of those Freedom streams. We played a lot of Monster Hunter this thoroughly, though, so if you like Monster Hunter, hope you like the streams. Stay here, please. Please stay here. Please stay here. Yes! What a treat. Area 6 Rathalos is a lovely dumpster fire. Is he gonna leave? No, don't leave. Don't leave. Yay! Oh, not yay. I just figured I'd say so, Slit Sampler, just because you said you liked this game. I wish I was enjoying this game more. The Rock in the Mill's like a 4th gen ledge. It is. I was just seeing that. You can jump off it. Kind of crazy. Is he gonna get stuck doing it? Please do it again. Please do it again. Nope. In Freeman Knight, his AI really freaks out here. Like, he'll get stuck just going backwards over and over again into the corner. It's weird. Like, he'll just do that back hop several times over. Over and over and over. It's weird. Do it again, come on. Aww. His AI actually seems better in this area in this game than it does in Freeman Knight, to be honest with you. Not by much, but you know. Rage Rathalos is pretty scary. He does do that move a lot in here, doesn't he? We should get out of the way. Back hop into spin. Is he leaving? That's fine. We got to see a little bit of it. What's he doing around the world here? No, he's leaving. That's fine. Can we climb up in time to see him? No, he's not even staying at 5. He's going to 4. Let's go around. Oh, well, we saw a little bit of it. I'm happy. Got some interesting music from Persona 3 right now. Where is he going? Is he going back to 6? What is he doing? Are they both in 9? Jeez. Here comes Rathian, I think. Yeah. Anytime we see one of them enter an area, we should probably paintball them. Jesus. Clip that to scare somebody. Oh my god. She like wasn't even all the way on the ground. Oh, I spun out. I genuinely like second gen, or I generally like Free Night quite a bit, Kara. That's the game we cut our teeth on when I first started streaming. But first generation's very different from that game even. Even in Free Night though, I definitely wonder that still. I understand a little bit better. These games, I don't know. It feels like we're playing a game that came out in 2006. Need to get around to playing Free Night one of these days. You'd think it'd be kind of similar to this game, but it's not really. Started it, but you didn't like how Greatsword plays. It's definitely different from this game. I like Free Night Greatsword okay. How is it not similar and how is it similar? It's not similar in that we played them back to back last night, which is something I had not done yet. Rathian down. We played them back to back last night, and the movement is less stiff and janky than this game, where like your character controls easier, the rolls come out easier, weapons get a lot of extra moves. Like Dual Blades has some combo paths that make it a lot easier to dip in and out of demon mode and roll in and out of like engagement zones with monsters. Like it makes a lot easier to gap close and stay in demon mode and deal damage. Specifically, demonize into forward thrust with a triangle, or rising circle spin into forward thrust with a triangle press. You can chain those in ways to get in and out really nicely. It just feels it feels a lot different. There's a lot, I mean, there's almost twice as many weapons. There's over twice as many maps. There's loads of new monsters. It's very, very different. And the 3 ranks in the game are a little bit more well-defined than in this game, from what I understand, where high rank and G class are a little bit on top of one another in this game. Or like, they're not as distinct from one another in this game. God. Here. You're not even comparing the gameplay styles, just the level of polish and stuff like player controls. I have no idea. Are there iframes in Halo, Marks? When you respawn, I guess there are. You're not wrong. We hit that. That felt good. I don't really have an opinion on it. I haven't played any Devil May Cry games. I think you're allowed to say that. I mean, you can. I mean, it is a perfectly acceptable opinion to say that something feels more polished to you than another game. And I think it's like it's definitely like, I don't know. It's something you can actually argue and have points about. I think. I don't think it's unreasonable to compare. Dumpstered. No thanks. See ya. That's something unique to first and second gen, is he can dive off the side of this map and he lands down there and he has to come flying back up. Is Freem growing on you yet? Not really. Yeah, if y'all haven't seen that, that is a choice thing from first and second gen. I love that about these games, that Rathalos can just yeet himself off of the map. It ruins all the immersion? I don't know what you're talking about. They made him land so nicely on that landscape. It's very immersive. His playmat. I don't know what you're talking about, Ichi. It looks lovely. The scale is just right. See all those little trees he's perfectly scaled around? Ow. Yeah, I don't know if it's not something you can declare definitively, Marks, but I think it's something you can have an opinion about without it being like some ridiculous thing, comparing different games from different franchises. Oh, is he coming back? What are we doing, Rathalos? We're slowly landing is what we're doing. Dun, 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 dun. And that was Troublesome Pair with Hammer. The Sun Glare looks quite nice, doesn't it? That was a fun way to end the quest. Was the turnaround golf swing made more sweet? That was okay. I'm gonna take a look at this cat photo. Aw, I see her now. That's cute. Cute cat photo. For a PSP game, it looks amazing. Portable Third looks mind-blowing compared to this game, but I think this game already looks pretty good. The atmosphere in first gen is so good, there's nothing quite like it. I agree with you. These games feel aged, you know, in an interesting, like, gritty, brown way. Hey, we got a marrow. That's cool. I have not got one of those before. Got a new ward, Village Chief's Scarf. Sword Rathalos training. It's quite a bit of Zenny, isn't it? I was kind of surprised. Ever feel like you're doing something you shouldn't be? Deep down you're betraying your true calling? Sometimes. Proof of completing Kokoto beginner quests. Proof of completing Kokoto intermediate quests. Embroidered with the chief's face. Proof of completing Kokoto hard quests. Did the chief knit this? Nope. See, like stuff like that. I love stuff like this. So cute. Friendship 0. Yeah, no multiplayer. That's it. Ooh, Horn of the Monoblos. That was Village. How'd you get Kieran? I forgot Kieran was in this game. Time to beat Freedom 1. Is that how you get the credits in this game, is beating Monoblos? Kieran's a random, it shows up in urgent quests, so check often. JC Tronia, this was Mystic from the Persona 3 soundtrack. Persona. Wish Kieran was in Rise, me too. I think 5th gen Kieran's good. Persona 3. Whoops. Going lurk, enjoy your lurk, Edge. Thanks for sharing your cat. And I missed the guy.
You.
Wait.
You.
I need more of those. Don't think there are credits in Freedom Unite or in Freedom 1. I'm gonna do this quest, this urgent, with Lance. Sirloin egg and great mutton. I enjoyed Rise quite a bit. To me, what it did, I mean, I have different thoughts on different parts of the balance about wire bug moves and about different weapons having some crazy kits, but the thing that did it for me was I thought the maps were so neat to explore, and I think what they did with monster movesets made a big improvement over World, which was their foray into like really fast-paced fluid fights. I think they beefed up the monster movesets in a way that makes them a lot more compelling in that game, at least for me personally. It's got flaws, but I think to me that was like one of the things that I wanted the most coming out of World and Iceborne. Coming out of World, what I wanted most was like monsters that didn't die in 5 minutes, and we got that in Iceborne. And then coming out of Iceborne, what I wanted was monsters with more complex movement patterns to keep up with the new weapon movesets. And while the damage still outclasses them in Rise, like I think the movesets of the monsters now keeps up with the Hunter's tools, and I like that. I also like collecting weapons in that game quite a bit. Yeah, there's lots of things about that. That's a bit like there's all kinds of stuff about wyvern riding and wire bugs and silkbind attacks that are a little busted, to say the least. I still like some of the things they tried in that game, though, quite a bit. And I still like that game overall. Rumor has it the hunters here are among the best. A monoblos has laid our soldiers low. Now we need your help. Slay it for us. It'll be interesting to see what they do in a potential Rise expansion. Really interesting to see what they'll add or what they'll change. Yeah, they do, Martz. Where is Monoblos going to be in this map? Probably should have brought Sonics. Oh well. Some nice Apceros in this quest. Yep. I turn off all the notifications for when the monster is going to be weak. 26, because I agree with you. I don't really like that too much. Ended up listening to most of the OST. It's true. I mean, we're not even halfway done, Uchi. It's huge. Huge OST. Now it says Persona 3 plus FES plus portable. So maybe that's like some repeats? I don't know. Here he is. He's sleepy. I like his cutscene. Just different versions of the tunes. Well, that's cool if they are different in each of the games. If it doesn't click for you, it just doesn't click. It didn't for me initially, but I don't know. I think 5th generation combat's really interesting in that they take away some of the strictness and rigidity of the older games and some of the weight and like both the weight to the animations and the weight behind your decisions. Like ultimately the things you're doing matter less because there's so much more opportunity to get out of dodge if you screw up. They've made it a lot more open in that way. But at the same time, there's a lot more like the skill ceiling or like the possibilities of the different ways you can use your moveset in that game are so much higher because all the moves are so much more fluid and aimable and like quick. And now that the monsters can compete with that some of the time with their movesets, it makes a big difference. And I think it's something that's really unique. maybe not in the games industry anymore, but really unique to those Monster Hunter games. That was interesting, whatever that was. I don't use a lot of features in Rise. I don't use restocking at the tent. And I don't bring companions with me. I don't use the mini-map. I don't use any of the death indications, which is frustrating because the monsters limp not very much in that game. So I really focus on trying to practice weapons against the monsters, and I don't really care about what the most effective setups for silk binds and stuff are for each individual weapon. I just play in a way that I think is fun to interface with the monster, and I like that there are options for that. But like, I despise Longsword's Helmbreaker, but I don't have to use it because I can use Sacra Slash. Yep. I can agree with you, Marks, that Wirefall does compromise things. Like, I think folks don't often acknowledge just how advantageous it is. The ability to reposition, run, and be ready to heal in a moment's notice from any direction after any hit is huge. Like, ridiculously huge. Stronger in some ways than absolute readiness and evasion, even though there aren't evasion properties to Wirefall. So I don't think it's without depth or without merit. And I think that there are certain fights and experiences enabled by 5th generation's combat that are unique and worth experiencing, like some of the fights in Monster Hunter World Iceborne and some of the fights in Rise. I think that Crimson Glow Valstrax and some of the other final fights in that game are really fun. And I think that that's something where, like, some of the ways that the fights that are really aggro on you in 5th gen are just, they're exhilarating when you get used to them, when you learn all the patterns. In a way where you're making split-second decisions that's very reactive. Folks on my stream will be tired of me describing it like that, but older games are very predictive and very decisions-based. Newer games are reactive, very split-second, but very exhilarating when you learn all those patterns and moves well enough that you can react to a tough monster's moveset at a split-second, dodge all the moves, and come out in time to be able to hit them. Another thing about 5th generation that's really strong, I think, is the amount of moves in the move pools for each monster are huge, and they're only getting bigger. It's a great way of increasing the damage, or increasing the difficulty of monster fights, even when the monsters and the players are so fast and fluid. Like, some of the monsters in Rise, the animations are so fluid and the moves so numerous that it actually is hard to notice the different patterns. At first, it's hard to pick out what are the individual different moves being strung together, and I think that's pretty fantastic. So there are strengths to 5th generation, as there are weaknesses. But I think that there are things that are unique and worth playing there, as a Monster Hunter fan. Like, they're different things. They're different appeals than the older games. So if you're looking for some of the appeal of this game, you're not going to get it there. You're just not. But if you're looking for, like, if you're looking to just continue to see what they're pushing out and what the difficulty challenge, like, design is like in a series that you love with monsters you love, then I think it's worth playing. Are we gonna die from that? Not quite. I kind of just gave them once. Like, I don't know what more else there is to say. I think Rise is a fantastic entry. I'm much more satisfied with Rise than I was with either World or Iceborne when they came out, due to a variety of things. I think the aesthetic is more my speed. I like collecting gear, so I'm really glad the gear isn't ugly. I think that it does feel like, to me, especially if you're waiting for, like, especially if you're willing to create some artificial difficulty for yourself in terms of not upgrading your armor all the time or not using all the mechanics, I think it can be a really fun and unique experience. I think if you use every tool the game gives you all the time, you're gonna bore the game and it won't be as fun. And it's a bummer that they balanced it that way. Oh, you were asking Uchi? Okay, never mind. Yeah, I was gonna say Uchi hasn't played it yet, so that's I wouldn't have thought that you were asking them, I guess. I'm looking forward to the PC port. I'll play it again. I'll play an abridged version of a playthrough, so I can play with folks on PC and enjoy the game again. Thanks, Martz. Oh, of course. I mean, I don't know. I actually really like Rise's art direction, but or art style, but that's going to be really subjective. To each their own. There we go. But, like, you see what I mean about the small monsters, right? Like, this is a decently tough monster on his own. But, like, there's a pack of 5 Genprey, or 4 Genprey here. I don't like Rise's heavy bowgun, this is true. Poor Rise heavy bowgun. I don't like everything about Rise either. There are a lot of things I don't like about Rise. How often do they respawn? I don't know. I don't feel like taking the time to kill all of them meticulously and go, okay, do they respawn? Do they not respawn? I'm just not into it. Thoughts on Rampage? It's only fun when you start going for all the objectives. Otherwise, it's too easy and kind of boring. When you go for all the objectives, it makes each one a little bit varied in terms of the order in which you tackle objectives and what gear you bring in to do them. And I think that's pretty enjoyable, while not the same challenge as regular Monster Hunter combat. I can take it and leave it. That's really something interesting. All throughout the Rise playthrough, I heard you say there's nothing that irks me about this game, and that is very special. I mean, there are things I don't like about it. Loads of things. But I mean, there's nothing that puts me off of that game. Everything that's in that game that might bother me is kind of optional, for the most part. Even wyvern riding, which is something that's pretty intrusive and you'd think maybe I wouldn't like. I prefer, like, to put this in perspective, the game before wyvern riding, we had Clutch Claw and its system, we had mounting in its system, we had pins in their own system. All of those systems have been integrated, and we had, like, mantles for different super stuff you could activate. Like, all of those systems have essentially been rolled into one system that's all tied together in a way that isn't easily exploitable for rides and has you tie central resources together for mobility, super moves, and getting out of pins. And I find that super interesting. I think that's way more interesting than having 3 different systems all designed to allow to, like, let the player bash the monster into submission. I think it's a bummer that wyvern riding's forced. But outside of that, I'll take wyvern riding over mounting or Clutch Claw any day. I wish it wasn't forced. No, that ship sailed, Slit Sampler. Wyvern riding isn't really tied to the wire bugs. It is though. It is though. How many moves you can do while on the monster's back is directly tied to wire bugs, and your Silkbind moves build up the mounting tolerance. There's a conversation about Rise in general, Martz. Probably so, Martz. You know what? That is a good topic. I'll put that in the show notes. Like the podcast, if you don't like the idea of saving thoughts for it, you'd be surprised, Uchi. God, I'm so bad at this tonight. It's more like thinking about topics that'd be interesting for two people to kind of go back and forth about, I guess. Also give my thoughts before then. Hot Pocket, Mark's tip and I talk about that fairly regularly, is something about the games we're worried about is that, like, if you give all the different weapons kits the same options, like if you give every weapon a fast move and a slow move and a counter and iframes, like, they're just gonna all slowly be like the same thing and get played the same way. It'll make them each less interesting to play. Oops, I walked into the roar. Oops. How's work going? Work's fine. I don't have much to say about it, except I've been doing a good job of getting up on time for work this past week or two, which is nice. There was a week, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, where I was late to work like twice, maybe potentially related to trying to stream 30 hours and learn how to run Linux in the same week, and that it was maybe a bad week. The weeks since then have been good. All right. Hang on, our religion. Also, these Apceros are infinitely respawning, by the way. Our religion! We got it! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! If a Vespoid drops, you must carve. That is our religion. Okay, the Genpray did not come back, which is nice. Whoops. I was looking for an emote in the chat. My bad. Me too, 26. Gen 2 Longsword is my favorite, probably one of my favorite weapons in the entire series. It's so good. That and Gen 2 Duels. He did this weird like slidey move the first 2 minutes of the fight. He hasn't done it since. What background music is that? This is Portable 3. I keep saying that. Persona 3. This is Persona 3's OST. What's up, Martz? Oh, I was gonna hop that. I missed it. Would you describe any of the Monster Hunter titles as power fantasies? I don't know. Maybe? I think all of them to a certain extent, because like that gradual power up over the course of a game, both in knowledge and in gear, is very satisfying. And like confidence too. Should have probably just blocked there. We're going monoblos tipping. We are. Yeah. What he wants you to say is 5th gen games. I mean, I feel like with how the gear grind kind of progressed in World, it felt like that a little bit to me. But just in its predictability in terms of like each sequential update gave you a new set of meta gear. And that to me, that kind of plays into a power fantasy thing, but I don't really think it's definitive enough, to be honest with you. And that was Monoblos. He did a weird slidey thing like twice and then never again. Gens like that? I don't know. It's been too long since I've played Gen or Iceborne, really, to give you a definitive answer on that. Did you feel like that was a leading question, Uchi? You played GU last time and it definitely wasn't a power play. Most of Marth's questions are leading, you think so? Oof. Shell, shell, spine. They lead to For You is best game or World Stinky. You think that about all Marth's questions? I don't think that about all of Marth's questions. I think Marth has some pretty open-ended questions. Not all of them, but some of them. For You too. Dude, I can't wait for You too. Is that it? I'm the hero of Kokoto, he said. There are rumblings that an unprecedented disaster may befall the village. You must have heard the rumors of a giant shadow. The guild manager is preparing, but you should talk to him for more information. By the way, slaying Monoblos was splendid. The hero of Kokoto. Hunter citation. Another Monoblos, probably white Monoblos and Diablos. Did you get a heart? I did not. I got spines and shells. This is the FES OST? What is FES anyways? Burn my bread? It sounds like they're saying that. It says burn my dread. Last battle, it says. Oh, FES stands for the same thing G stands for? Oh, okay. Gotcha. It's also Persona 3 Portable. This is a combined OST of all 3 of those games in one big, long YouTube video. It's like 3.5 hours. Heard it's supposed to be festival. Interesting. I gotta grab something out of the other room. I'll be right back.